What's up, YouTube? It's Quan Urban Sportsman. I am coming to you guys from a different place today. I'm actually at my mom's house. I just got done doing the calls for the fishing report. So I'm going to talk to you first about the Detroit River. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read the Michigan DNR fishing report, and then I'll go with what I gathered from either being out there on the river or from what I've gotten from Rich over at Andy's Tackle. Well, let me read the DNR report first. It pretty much says that they have limits of white bass being caught. Many were fishing in the Trenton Channel between Wyandotte and the mouth. Walleye were being caught in the shipping channel east of Grosse Isle. Most people were jigging dark plastics with minnows. Okay, let's talk about that. I've been out a couple times this week, and a couple things you need to know right quick about. First off, the white bass run. The white bass run is starting to kick in pretty strong, but the vast majority of the fish are in the southern half of the river. And what I'm saying by southern half, I mean from E-course at the foot of Southfield and Jefferson and down. They're catching big limits down in Trenton and also in Wyandotte, using the usual things, using jigs with twisted tails, live shiners, live minnows. I was out Sunday and I caught them on. I caught multiple limits on either inline spinners, white woolly bugger spinners, which the video is up, you guys can see that. And also I was catching them on jigging wraps, orange and yellow jigging wrap. And I actually had more luck with the jigging wrap than the inline spinner because I was vertical jigging. One thing I've noticed though about the white bass run right now, normally when they're in there thick, you catch them all day, non-stop. They're not in there very thick right now, and the reason why I say it is because at around 11 o'clock, they shut down. And that's been the story everywhere I've caught. Around 11 o'clock, they shut down. Now, I talked to Rich over at Andy's Tackle, and he said they are still catching a bunch of walleyes throughout the river, pretty much jigging or using spoons with crawlers on the end of them or crawler harnesses. Crawler harnesses in different color. They're going about 1.1 to 1.8 miles an hour when they're trolling for them. But like I said, they are jigging. You are people catching walleye from shore. I've noticed that they're catching more walleye from shore on the northern end, so down by the Renaissance Center, down by the post office. They're also catching them in E-course. I won't tell you exactly where because it's not fair to spot burn anybody, but they are catching catfish and walleye in E-course at the foot of Southfield and Jefferson. Like I said, they are catching walleye, but they're catching their walleye more so toward the end of the evening, like right around the dusk time or after dark. So they're catching walleye then, but they are catching them. I also heard of a few guys getting into a couple of sturgeon down there. Like I said, right now it's picking up, man. It's picking up. Get out on the water, do what you got to do. A couple of things I want you to be wary of. The southern half of the river earlier this week had a lot of debris floating down, and it was like chocolate milk down there. You only had about 1.5 to 2 foot of visibility, which is pretty good for the Detroit River this time of year. Up northern end, I was down yesterday, and it's about the same as far as a foot to 1.5 foot of visibility. However, there was no debris. So the debris looks like it's pushed out since I was last out down on the southern end down in Trenton, which is a good thing, which means you can fish without having to worry about having a whole bunch of junk on your jigs. I did notice that guys who are catching walleye from shore are using a lot heavier jig heads than the guys who are on the boats. I saw one guy hook 2 big walleye, but he was using almost a 4-ounce jig, which is pretty heavy. But that's what he had to do to not get flushed down with all that current that goes throughout the Detroit River. So just like I said, dark colors, dark plastics are working real well right now. Dark colors with minnows. What else? Spoons with crawlers and crawler harnesses are also working well. I plan on going back out. I'm gonna see if I can get some leeches. If not, I'm just gonna use crawler harnesses with the float, and I'm gonna fish from the shore with a heavy flat weight, so I'm not getting pushed down the current. And I see where I'll probably get a couple, hopefully a limit of walleye, because they're in there thick. As far as white bass up in the northern end, not huge numbers. There are guys getting them, but not huge numbers, and they're having to work for them because they haven't made it up that far just yet. I'll give it another week or so, and they'll be up there pretty thick. Other than that, thanks for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. Also, take a kid out fishing, man. This is the time of the year where you're either going to get them hooked or you're not, because the white bass are running. Take your family out, and you just have a blast. Thanks again, guys. Have a good day and tight line.